The last thing we're going to do is we're going to take our solution here, which has copper chloride in there, and we're going to place aluminum in there. So we have this aluminum ball that we're going to place in there. And we're going to observe what happens. Do you see what's happening?
It looks like it's like there's bubbles.
Yeah, it's definitely bubbles.
It looks like it's dissolving. Oh.
Notice how it appears that there's, first of all, there's a gas being produced. Secondly, notice how the aluminum is appearing to, and I'm going to use a common word that isn't correct, but it's appearing to rust. This is not rust, though. We'll discuss what this is in a moment. But look at, if you do this, notice these little flakes that are coming off. And notice how there's really a lot of bubbles. You can see those bubbles in there. Those are gas particles that are inside of there. So we'll give it some more time. After, I would say 5, 6, 7 minutes, this is what we have afterwards. Notice, what color is it? I really want you to think about that. What color was it before? Remember, it was a blue. What color is it now? If you said it's clear, that's not correct. Because it was clear before. Before it was blue and transparent. It's still transparent now, but the color of the solution is colorless. Also, notice at the bottom here, notice how all of the aluminum, for the most part, there's little tiny pieces of aluminum in there left over, but for the most part, all of the aluminum is no longer there. Instead, we're left with this. And what this reddish stuff is, this is solid copper. And so what you can do is you can take this solid copper and you can go to the scrap yard and sell this solid copper for some money. Maybe you get a penny, I don't know. But this here is solid copper. Now think about what this whole process entailed. This whole process, we went from starting off with a solution of copper sulfate, and we took it through a series of reactions to end up with solid copper. What I want to point out is this similar process is how we mine different substances throughout the world. So, for example, when they mine gold or silver, this is a similar process. A lot of times they'll dissolve it in some sort of slurry or solution, and they'll perform a series of chemical reactions to then get it to come out as solid, after which they then purify it and produce their gold bars and whatnot. And so this is a really good example of how certain processes are done in the real world. So we made some solid copper.